Hello and welcome to another episode of the JoeStar Podcast. As you can see, I got a fresh trim, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. First off, let's talk about Miss Marvel episode 5. And I know recently the finale has come out, and I have seen a little bit of stuff that's gone on, but not fully enough to have watched everything. But episode 5, I'd have to say it's one of the lower rated episodes. And I wasn't really that interested in it. Like, I didn't know how they would react and that sort of thing. So, the old timey clip right at the start gave me the start of Paddington vibes. If you remember that film, they both started out with a old timey clip, and it showed the past of the era. And yeah, the Miss Marvel logo was in different Indian languages. I can't tell you exactly which ones they are, but that's what they mostly were. Sorry about that. We learned a lot. Well, I learned a lot about British occupied India and that sort of thing. And the Kamala's great grandmother, we learnt about what happened with her and how she started off in India and how she met with a nice man who became her great grandfather. And then we go a little further on to talk about the busy train station scene, where this is where we get the first full image of Kamala coming into the past and how it happened, and the fact that she gave her daughter the bracelet, and then with her daughter being so scared, it activated the bracelet, which with Kamala also activating the bracelet last episode, it showed us how she got there in there. And there was another thing that happened, which was that one of the jinn, I think it was the mother, she stabbed Kamala's great grandmother, and it, hello? And the fact that Kamala was the one who had caused the stars was clever and nice touch because it was pretty odd to see what was going on with that one and like how it was happening and stuff like that, and that her grandmother in the end had told her story and said she followed stars, and Kamala gave her that chance to be able to, through her power, and her mother being scared was the scene was quite comical because she was like, Kamala, pick up your phone, and it's like a normal teenage thing, you don't pick up your phone, and then your mum gets worried and she's like, oh no, what's happening, and that sort of thing. And there was also some things where she was like, she had only just found out about the Find My Phone app thing, which I did find quite amusing because, like, she had Kamala had gone off different places, and making sure she was safe was her mum's priority. And so, with her learning about the Find My Phone thing, it was quite funny and amusing. When she came back and after the riff had happened, I was surprised to find out that her mother had actually figured out who she was as the superhero. And how she used her superpowers, and she was like, this is the light person. You're the light person, or something along the lines of that. It was emotional when Kamala gave the picture to her grandmother. It was very, very emotional and quite sweet as well, because she only recognized her mother. No, her father, sorry. Only recognized her father because she had grown up with him. And in this episode, it shows that her mother gets stabbed, and so she never ends up being able to meet them in the train at the train. And so it was a bit emotional to get to see her official mum and that sort of thing. The braces. Oh yeah. There was like a necklace type thing, and it broke and it got damaged, and it ended up just showing the Z sign of Miss Marvel in the logo. You know how it goes Miss, and then it's like a lightning type thing. That was the thing on the bracelet. And there was a bit near the end where Bruno and I can't remember his name, but it was the child of the djinn, and they were just hanging around. He was a little upset that his mum was gone, and hopefully she would come back to help him. And then a drone shows up. A drone that looks exactly like a Stark one, except it was more grey, and he was able to destroy it easily. I don't know what's gone on, whether that's part of like the police investigation into certain people, or if they're tracking him, or if it's some other villain who is tracking the jinn to be able to get their DNA and like understand how to stay alive forever and stuff. But we'll probably find out more of that in the season finale. Um, I would like to say I would give this episode probably a 6 out of 10. It's not as good as the um, first couple. I didn't really like the fact that they made it a little, let's say, old timey film. Um, so it was a little okay. Um, I was going to go and see Rise of Gru today, but I didn't get the chance, so I can't really fully talk about it. Um, I can only talk about some scenes I've seen and stuff. So we're gonna move on to. This is how it was gonna go. It was literally gonna be this, but luckily on Disney Plus, the Bob's Burgers movie came out. I wasn't able to see it in the cinema because I wanted to catch up on the first 12 seasons in case like there was some sort of reference I missed, or if there was something that was down there that on in the film that didn't work out, or like I wouldn't have known or something like that. Um, But I did like how they gave the fish odors a cousin who was a lawyer who then ended up being the villain. That was a good touch. And I thought it was quite creative, even though this character had never been in any of the previous seasons. We didn't know about him. Um, it was pretty cool. And when I first saw him, I was like, who is he? What is he doing there? Do I even know him? Is he like is he like a third brother or something? But then afterwards, I saw that they had said, "Oh, I'm your cousin. I'm your lawyer as well," and stuff like that. And that was pretty interesting. I didn't like his costume. Well, I didn't like the fact that he wore purple with a white stripe. It just seemed off. Um, Also, I like how each of the kids had a different fear. So, Louise had the fear of losing her hat, and um, also the fact that a friend of hers called her a baby, and so she was trying to overcome the fear of not being a baby, and trying to stand up for herself and like make her feel very confident about what's going on and stuff. And then Tina was a little worried about whether Jimmy Jr. would go and be her summer boyfriend. And then Gene, he was a little worried because he wanted his performance to happen on the I think it was pier, and so he wanted to make sure everyone loved it, and he made his instrument with a napkin holder and some spoons and um, uh, uh, um, elastic band, and he made music from that, and it was pretty cool. And like each had something to overcome, and by the end of it they had all overcome it and they were all fine. And even though no one did show up to Gene's performance, it still went well. And and Louise actually did Dead Man's Drop, lost her hat, but then was putting it on. We still don't know what her hair looks like underneath the hat. Everyone else does, but we, the audience, don't know. The fact that a hole was formed in front of Bob's Burgers was an interesting way to put it, and also because of the fact that he had to get customers to be able to get money so that he could pay the bank. It just made it feel so sad. And like when Bob was standing there just looking down at it, he was like, there's nothing we can do about this except let it be. And then and it gave Bob something to worry about, as he had, I wasn't that big a fan of the songs, some of them. I did like the Egg song. It had a nice tune, and it was summer side up, which is a hint to sunny side up. And yeah, it was clever idea to take the burger shop on the road. Basically, what happened was that Teddy, he created like a wheel type thing, and he ran it around. He ran it to the pier, and then yeah. There were some characters who didn't get enough cameo. Who didn't get cameo or speaking lines, or didn't even show up. Well, they did show up in the end song, but they didn't get anything to say in. Like Gail showed up in the thing. Yeah, there were quite a few people who showed up or didn't show up, and I was okay with that. It just, some people would say, if they make a film of a TV series, it just ends up being a long episode. Like this one did actually feel like a movie, although if you had decided that it would be like a long episode, then I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just it could have gone on a little longer is all. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was a bit short and I was like stammering a bit. I had that little pause right at the start. Something went on, but join me next week where we will continue with Miss Marvel episode 6. We will talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures parts 1 and 2, and we will be talking about reboots. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will be one of them because it's a reboot of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then some more sorts of stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.